I have this mini wooden palette and these wooden planks that I got from Dollar Tree and this small piece of a wooden paint stick. Let's make a cute fall scarecrow. First, I'm going to measure about 2 inches down and trace where I want the brim of my hat to be. I'm going to use this truffle color chalk paint to paint all of my pieces, the mini palette, the front and back of the hat brim, and then just the top part of the front side of this palette piece, but you can go ahead and paint the entire back side if you want, since you will be able to see it when it's standing up. Now I'm using a sanding block to distress my pieces. Then for the bottom front side of my wooden plank, I'm going to use a wet wipe to wipe on some antiquing wax. I have this scarecrow face that I printed out on rice paper, but you can certainly draw your own or paint your own if you want to do that. I creased the edges and now I'm going over them with water so that I can tear them to get a bit of a frayed effect. Now I'm going to add some Mod Podge to the bottom portion of my plank and apply my face where I want it to be. And so that it doesn't stand out, I'm going to lightly cover it with some of this antiquing wax. Once I get it covered, I'm going to use a wet wipe to just smear it in. Once that dries, I'm going to use some distressing ink to go around the edges and just kind of grunge that up a little bit, give it some depth around the edges. And add another layer of Mod Podge to the top to seal it in. Once that's completely dry, you can go ahead and glue on the brim of your hat and glue your scarecrow plank onto the center of your palette. I had this little bit of a floral pick left over and I thought it would just go perfect, so I'm sticking it into the hole of the plank on the back side of my scarecrow. Then I'm taking some burlap ribbon, I cut it in half, and I'm gluing it onto the bottom of my scarecrow all the way around. I took one of the little flowers for my piece and glued it on top of a little square of the burlap ribbon and added another scrap piece to the brim of the hat too. Now I want to make a little bow for the bottom. I just got a piece of cheesecloth and kind of wound it back and forth to make some little loops, and then I did the same thing with a piece of yellow material, cinched it up in the middle, trimmed the ends, and then I glued it onto the bottom of my scarecrow. I had some acorn picks from Dollar Tree, so I used one of those, sanded it up, and glued it onto my bow. Now it was a little front heavy, so I added some of these tower blocks to the back to give it a little weight on the back side and help it stand up better. And here's my finished project. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you loved it, let me know in the comments and don't forget to share it around. Have a blessed day.